Is anyone there?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a tarp.
Hey guys, I really hope you're liking the mini-series so far. We're about to watch episode 2. I was lucky enough to get a sponsor for this video. Sponsorships help me go and do this kind of stuff that I enjoy doing and that you like to watch. I'm not asking you guys for money, I'm doing sponsorships instead, so I think it works out pretty well. The sponsor for this video is Vikings. Thank you very much, Vikings. Vikings has just gone through another massive update, finally adding new shamans and kingdoms. Really, this is the best time to join the action. What I recommend you to do is to try the legendary in-game battle events of over 1 million players. It is crazy. Vikings stands out with its HD 3D graphics and smooth gameplay, and the best part is you get to choose your own playstyle. Build an indestructible fortress or just gather your friends, build a fierce army together and conquer the world. You have to re-experience the excitement of the 90s and 2000s top games that we all miss, like the Elder Scrolls, God of War, Mass Effect, Metal Gear Solid, things like that. Try Vikings now. Install the game with my links in the description below and get 200 gold and protection shield for free. That's it guys, that's the sponsorship. Go check out Vikings. Here we are into the video. I really hope you like this one. The next one will be up Friday. It'll be a gear video, a full gear rundown video.
So here's the 10 items I chose all together. Starting at the top left is my tarp by AquaQuest, my sleeping bag underneath by Mech. Next to it is my Agua Canyon Boreal 21 saw, my Firesteel.com fire steel, my Weber handmade Algonquin knife, my paracord, my zebra pot, my fishing tackle, my Gransfors Brooks Scandinavian forest axe, and my food. If you look over here, this is all of the extra stuff I have. All of this together is exactly everything I have. Good thing this Frost River has long straps. Okay, there she be. Bam, son. I gotta get out of here. This wind is kicking up even more. Goodbye, island. You were a good one. Thank you for your wood, your resources. On to the next one. Okay, we're off. Bye-bye. Byland. Ah! I caught a pike right in here yesterday. Well, I had one on the line at least. Oh, 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 yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay, okay. Can't mess around too much, guys. Can't mess around too much, guys. Oh, this thing is coming. This thing is coming in the boat. There is no getting around it. I am not letting this go. This fish is not getting away. This fish is not getting away. Do you hear me? This fish is not getting away. Get in the boat, get in the boat. Woo! In the boat. Okay, okay. Woo! Yes! Woo! Okay. Yes! Yes! Thank God! Oh my goodness, that's a nice pike. I almost did not get that guy in the boat. That was sketchy AF. Yes! I'm shaking. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for a pike. Oh my God. Thank God. It's not because I just caught a fish. It's because, like, this changes the game now. Like, I can eat good today. I can eat good today. That's 2 meals on that guy. Happy Joe. Happy Joe. Day 3. Happy Joe. That's some meat. That's Joe's dinner. I was literally just saying, well, I got it on film. I was just saying this is where I caught that pike at yesterday, or almost caught that pike. Had it on and lost it. And boom. He hits right there. Could have even been the same one. I really don't care. Looks about the same size, actually. This is a decent sized fish. It's not a monster pike, but it's a good eater. Everything's coming up Millhouse. I gotta continue on to my my next location, my next shelter spot. I'm extremely content. I'm extremely happy. This is money in the bank. This is nice and sheltered. Maybe up there. It's not too slanted. Looks nice and open, rocky. Worth a shot, worth looking at anyway. Very few trees, very spindly too, so that's not the greatest for shelter building and firewood. This lake is so shallow with so many exposed rocks. Pretty marshy in there. I don't know how that'll be for bugs when the time comes. That's the thing, like I'm trying to think of a bunch of different things for the shelter, like little chipmunk, wind, sun, bugs, building materials. firewood because I'm going to be here for the next week. Or I'm going to be in that location for the next week. This is pretty boggy. It's all bog right there, which leads me to believe that there'd be a lot of mosquitoes. So, you know what? This is pretty flat, but look. What's there to tie off to or anything? All these trees are spindly. Spindly, spindly. No, I'm not in love with this spot. Yep. Decision is made. This wind is nuts. I'm barely moving, guys. All I have into it. My arms are shot. This is rough. This is real rough going. Coming up to another spot here that might be suitable. I'm gonna hop up on shore and check her out again. I like the boat landing. So here's another island. This spot looks suitable to me. Just gotta check out the resources. Right off the hop, I see spruce, which will be my bedding, or could be my bedding. This is all lichen on the ground. That's the stuff I was using for fire. And underneath that, straight rock. So I can have my fire up on top of this. It goes into the bush a bit here. This island's quite a bit bigger than my first island. Oh, look at the moss. That's a pretty flat spot, actually. Look at that. If I take away that middle dead log, there's like a nice flat spot. It is pretty windy, but this is the most sheltered spot I've seen so far. I could lay here, clear all these trees out of here, these little spindly nothing trees. Could use those trees for the shelter. I could tie a ridge pole high in one of those trees, string my tarp up, make a big tripod over there, and then lean some of the trees that I cut down on the ridge pole, drape the tarp over that so it has like structure, ribs. It's super windy. It's super windy. It's crazy. The wind is coming from a few different directions here. Probably because I'm on the island. It's a hard decision, guys. It really is. I think I like this spot. It's definitely a possibility. I like it a lot more than the first one, or the first option we stopped at. I gotta make up my mind here. Alright, the decision's been made. This is gonna be it. I'm calling this home. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully the wind's not too bad, the bug's not too bad. Have everything I need. It seems like that'll be the case. So I'm banking on this being home. And if not, in a few days, if it gets real bad, I can move. But I think this will be okay. So I have a decent amount of work to do if this is going to be my shelter spot. Obviously this is way too crowded in here. I got to get rid of a lot of these trees. The good thing is though, is there's not really much soil, and I believe that a lot of these trees are just in the top few inches of duff and moss and lichen, so I should be able to just pull some out. Yeah, these small ones I can pull out. Not going to take too much effort. But yeah, there are also bigger ones that I'll have to use my saw and my axe. I have to clear out this whole area, tie off there, put a tripod where the camera is. I'll be able to have a fire underneath my tarp at the front of it. I'll put the bed at the back laying sideways. Should be pretty good. And I'll be able to use all these poles for shelter building. Yeah, I guess it's not good to pull them out. If I pull them out, I'm pulling up all the moss with me, and I don't know how much moss I want to get out of here. I know I want to move a lot because of the fire, but I'm not sure where just yet, so. See what I mean? That's quite a bit of moss. I can use that on my bed too before I put my my spruce boughs down. I can build up a huge pile of moss, then put the boughs down. I'll have a nice comfortable bed. I want to cut these as close to the ground as possible. That way I don't have a bunch of roots hanging out everywhere. Stumps, I mean. This is where my bed's gonna be. So I've got to get rid of this log. I was just gonna chop it, but that's fine too. Look at the moss, man. Look at that. That's awesome. I'll lay like this. Oh yes. Not too shabby. The area is pretty clear now. Looking good. I do need to find a ridge pole, a long, straight, sturdy ridge pole. I'm going to come back into the forest on the island here, try and get one. Look at the moss back in here, man. This is awesome. Look at this. This is wild. I'm way back here, away from the shore. Found a little clamshell. That's cool. I haven't seen any animals, man. I've only seen birds. No bear, no wolves howling, no moose, no caribou. I've seen loons, an eagle, and a bunch of different kinds of birds. There's grouse poop right here. It's a bunch of it. Okay. The tree I need is right here. I'm going to try and take it down back in this tangled mess of trees and snags. That's good firewood, holy. Keep that. Oh. Okay, the first part of that's done. Now I gotta haul it out of this bush. That could be challenging. Okay. Not almost done. Not by a long shot. Ah! I have to keep these glasses on. Getting scratched up like crazy in there. Okay, here's the top of it. I'm gonna clean these branches off and pull her out. Bam, son. And now I've got all these limbs or boughs so I can use for a bed. I don't know if it'll show up in the video, but there's a sundog, a rainbow all the way around the sun, a complete circle. It's the second time I've seen this. I've got to really spend my time and clean off the pokies on this ridgepole. I don't want to poke a hole through my tarp, obviously, so take some time and do this properly. It's a lot of pokies. Put it up that high, and then tie a tripod over here. I'll still tie that one there. Tie a tripod there. That's a bit high actually. I might have to come down some. It's a bit high. Okay, good to know. Wow, it's windy, man. I gotta tie up my tripod now for my other end of the shelter. I'm just gonna use this random piece of rope that was in my life jacket. It's about that long. So I tie it connected to one. I'm gonna do some wraps and fraps. I wanna make this pretty sturdy, right? So I got a big heavy log on top of it, and these are kind of spindly at the top. So I got my wraps. I'm gonna go inside and wrap the cord on itself, and those are called fraps. It's like a lash almost. It will be very sturdy. I'm super hungry, but I just keep working because I don't want to eat any of my reserves, and I want to eat that pike. I'm gonna have that pike for lunch, so I believe that's what I'm gonna do. At least I'm just gonna keep working until I feel like I can't work anymore. I'm going slow and methodical. It's I know I need to do that so that I don't burn myself out, and so that I don't make a mistake, because I'm very hungry and dehydrated too. You can feel it, you can see it in my pee. Okay. Okay, she's tall. She's tall. That's a good thing. Gotta come closer, actually. Yep, that'll work. That will work. Tying this on with a Canadian jam knot. I really want this secure, so I'm going to wrap it a few times after I tie it on. That was stupid. That was really dumb. Oh man, that sucked. I have a huge headache now. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. That was my first big mistake out here. Ah, stupid. Okay. Now to tie it on. I want to tie this support stick in there too, even though it's a super good piece of firewood. I cut it for firewood. And I think I almost need a support stick here, so I'm just going to tie all three things together using the Canadian jam. I'm happy I brought the big tarp now. It's going to be a sweet shelter. Well, let's put it on this way and see if it fits best, and we'll switch it around if not. That might not work. Stick a little beaver chewed stick up through a tab. There we go. Good thing I cleaned up all the pokies. No, the wind does not need to pick up right now. That's not what I need. Yeah, that's gonna be sweet. That's about perfect. I gotta get something tied down so this doesn't fly off, but whoo buddy. That sun just came out too. Now that's a tarp. This is just roughly done right now, just kind of tied on. Nothing's in place. I still have to get some ribs, 2 or 3 on either side, to hold this tarp up from bowing in from the wind. I have to tie it down better. But look at the size of this thing. I can legit have a fire right in front. Sleep sideways. I'll have lots of room for stuff. I'll be able to hang stuff up. This is cool. I got a little tree inside my shelter. Very cool. So you can see it's all saggy. Very saggy. But that'll get fixed. And then that's my view. Bam. Okay, I'm calling this done for today. The shelter at least. The shelter part of it. I still have lots more that I can improve upon. Put more ribs, tie cross pieces, block up a little gap on the bottom there. But for today, I'm fine. This is totally cool. This is way better than what I had the past 2 nights. So what I want to do now is clear the space in front of me. I gotta get a fire pit ready and cook up my lunch. I'm beat. I'm very, very exhausted. How exhausted? Very, very. Hungry and thirsty too. Ugh. Trying to get my stuff out of the sun. I want my fire pit right at the edge of the tarp here, but a little bit on the inside so that in case it's raining, in case it rains, I can sit in here and still have a fire. I gotta get all this moss out of here so that nothing catches fire. Yeah. Might be a little bit more difficult than I thought. I gotta get down to rock. Down to rock, bro. Yep, there's rock. Right underneath. See how these trees grow, hey? Just barely any taproot, or no taproot. All just spider webs out because the soil's not deep at all. That's why they can be blown over easily with the wind. There's all my firewood, my kindling, my bigger pieces, my biggest. I'll light up this fire. No one stick in it. Get them all on there right away. Boom. Fish, meet my belly. So I already cleaned that pike. I didn't want to leave it sitting in the sun. I cleaned it right when I got here, actually. Didn't want to leave it sitting in the sun, and yeah, didn't want to leave it intact either because I don't want to spoil the meat. So I'll show you what I did. I ended up sacrificing one of my camera battery bags, a Ziploc, and I put the meat in there, and then I sunk it in the water with a rock. to keep it cool, to keep it fresh, to keep it ready to go. I'm gonna eat a piece of it right now for lunch. Bam! Some meat. I'm only gonna take one piece. I'll take the back strap. I did the 5 fillet method. Oh no, that's the fillet. Where's the back? Doesn't matter. I got 5 fillets in there, a good amount of meat. I'm gonna eat this one right now for lunch by itself, not with rice. And then I'll put these with rice tonight. It'll be good. It'll be good. Doesn't that look cozy? What a nice home. Moss, tarp, fire. What more can you ask for, really? I'm gonna cook my fish on this stick. Just gonna spear it through, stick it near the fire. No lard, no seasoning, no lemon. Just eat this fish. Nice and natural. Just fire smoked, you know? On a fresh pine twig too. Just the best kind of wood for this, right? Okay. Alright, that's a good hunk of meat, guys. Super stoked on that. I moved my fish, prop it up on the log, hold it down with the rock, and put it right in front of the flames. Because the wind was blowing it, the flames the wrong way to cook the fish. So now it's all squared away. This is working really good. Flip her over. Oh yeah. Holy crap. She's going good, bud. She's boiling. That fish is probably done too. Hot water it is. Alright folks, moment of truth here. It's cooked, that's for sure. I didn't do a great job of getting the Y bones out, but that's okay too. I'll show you guys these Y bones in a minute for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. Pike have, like I said, Y bones. Make it difficult to clean it. Not difficult, just different. Just different. And it's okay, again, I'm picking it out. But instead of 2 fillets off a pike, you get 5, which is pretty decent. Oh man. This is much needed. This is much needed. Way better than the sucker. Let me tell you that. Damn, I did a really horrible job leaving these Y bones in. Oh. Never thought I'd be so happy to eat pike.
This is a good amount of meat right now. And I still have probably the equivalent to what I just cooked now over there. I messed up on the other fillet. This is the best fillet I made. The other ones weren't that great. Again, I'm using my belt knife, so it's hard. But I'll cook the rest tonight with a bit of rice. Only a little tiny bit of rice, because I overdid the rice last night. But everything's working out. Everything's evening out. I'm soaked on this. Ready for a cup of hot water. Oh, look at this meat. Ah! Don't touch the ground, bro. I gotta show you this.
First, here are the Y bones that I was talking about. You can see they look like Ys. You can see they look like Ys, hence the Y bone. Garbage. But anyways, look at that meat, bro. Look at that meat. Look at that meat. More Y bones. Look at them Y bones, boy. Don't try to swallow the Y bones. Doesn't turn out well. I hear a bush plane. I hear a little plane. You guys hear it? I don't see it, but you can definitely hear it. It's a cool feeling. Cool feeling knowing I'm here alone. It's very cool. All right, I'm gonna eat the rest of my pike. Pretty much winded here. I could get out and paddle around, but it'd be a heck of a time getting back. I've just been laying in bed reading. In bed, laying on the moss reading. I haven't even made a bed yet. It's close to 4 o'clock. Day 3 has been really good. I wrote in my journal last night that I needed to make today productive. I needed to move camps. I needed to catch a pike and eat it. And all of that happened. That was my to-do list to myself from yesterday. Man, the wind is whipping through here. The shelter's very open, and I left it that way for airflow, for breeze, for smoke to come out. I do have a little bit of wind coming in there, but it's okay. The temperature is not cold. It's actually really comfortable. When I get into my sleeping bag, I'm nice and warm. And the wind dies down at night. It has every night so far, and I remember that from the last time I was here, and as a general rule, that's how she goes. So I'm not too concerned about it. If it does become an issue, I'll make like a brush wind block on the back and on the one side. I'm still going to add on to the shelter and stuff throughout the next couple days, but like I said, today I'm done. I do have to make a bed. I need a bed to sleep on. I'm very content. I'm very comfortable The sun's out, the wind's blowing, I got my hood on, I'm sitting in the sun. It's just, there's no bugs. There's no bugs at all. And that might change, but for now there's no bugs, which is a plus. Even if there was, with this wind, there's no black flies are going to be here. Last night I had a few mosquitoes around me buzzing and stuff, but nothing bad at all. I don't even think they bit. Is it crazy that I'm thinking about my next trip already? All the kiddos home from school. I'm thinking about her and the wife when I get up and around this time, because that's the time she's going to school and coming home, having supper. They're probably having a lot of fun without me. My wife is very pregnant. Very pregnant now, and I told her I'd come home with a name. It's a girl, we know that. Some of you will know that too from watching my gender reveal video. So it's hard picking a name. With Emerald, I knew right away. I wanted her name to be Emerald. I love the name Emmy. I love the fact that it's my birthstone. It's kind of Irishy. She's my little jewel. So yeah, I gotta think of a name. Gotta think of a good baby name for a girl. I am at peace right now. A lot of the times I have a song playing through my head while I'm out, and just constant, just inner noise. But just sitting here looking out at the lake, I'm quiet. I'm internally quiet. There's something to be said about camping solo. There's something to be said about being out in the wilderness by yourself. I love friends. I really do enjoy friends. But it's good to enjoy your own company too, which is something that I struggle with normally. Check out these pine cones. Don't they look weird? Well, I haven't been doing much. Look at that. Look how they grow. All the way around. The same. It's crazy. Anyways, I haven't been doing much. Been laying here reading. It's 6 o'clock now. I'm winded. It's just absolutely ridiculously windy out today. I'm really hoping it dies down tomorrow. There's no getting in the canoe. Hopefully tonight. Hopefully tonight when it gets dark, or about to get dark, I can go for a nighttime paddle like I like to do. But other than that, I'm here. I'm winded on this island. So I'm going to cook up my dinner. Rice and fish. I made a little bit of improvements to the shelter. I put another rib up there. Tied it off. I put one on the outside too, because to hold it all in place. This thing is just shaking like crazy. It's sturdy. It's not going anywhere. The tripod's sturdy. The ridge pole's sturdy. Everything's safe. It's just super windy and noisy. So, tied that off. Hung a couple pieces of gear up. I went and got my camera gear and everything all up from the boat. Had to tie the boat up because of the wind again. Did I tell you I was happy that I caught that pike? I'd be eating rice for dinner again if I didn't. Okay. I got a decent amount of firewood here. Enough for supper and then some. And then after that I'll wander around the island and gather as much as I can. It'll probably stay light till about 10 o'clock again tonight. That liking, man. I'm liking it. Ah! Little upside down fire. Here we go. My catch from earlier. It's going in, boil, and then I'm going to make rice in that water. That's a good amount of meat, guys. That's a really good amount of meat. That's good. Very, very good. It's a little windy. Just a touch windy. Oh my goodness! It's time for the wind to die down now. This is an all day thing here. Oh my goodness. Like, it's windy. It's super windy. I gotta make myself another spoon, spork, scoop, eating utensil dealy. I know I said I was gonna keep the last one, but I didn't want to put it in a pack and bring it here. I thought I'll just make another one. So this will be my third one, day 3. Third sporky utensil dip. Oh man. There's no like maple, you know, like nice, smooth, easy going maple. Nope. There's old jack pine. It looks like it's done to me. Oh, she's falling apart. Blah. Yeah, that's done. Okay. I'm going to throw these in here. Boil up my rice. I probably do have to dump some of this water out because I have a ton of it. And it'll be too much for my rice. But I won't dump all of it out. Try and keep some of the nutrients in there. I was expecting this to take a little bit longer to cook, so I thought that the water would have evaporated, but now I know. Do it for next time. Okay, that's not a bad amount of meat, guys. That plus a little bit of rice, some of those dehydrated vegetables. I'm eating like a king tonight. Like a king! Do less than yesterday, like maybe half of yesterday's. That's not that much for another week. Should have brought more rice. I do have this, and this is a lot more. This isn't minute rice, so it fluffs up a lot more. For the less you use, the more you get. Look at that. Losing my mind, guys. Losing my mind. Okie dokes. I know I'm probably going to hear people saying you shouldn't be cooking where you're sleeping and dealing with food where you're sleeping and stuff, but I'm on an island. Part of the reason I wanted to be on an island was so that I could do this. I know bears can swim, but the likelihood of one just smelling me and coming to this island, or being on this island already and coming over to me because it smells food, is very unlikely. And I will chase it off if it does happen, but I'm not too concerned about it at all. But if you are, don't do like I do. I'm not an example for everyone. I'm just doing things the way I want to do them. I love this cooksa. Soul of Siberia. Let's try a little piece of fish. It's cold, but it's good. I've got my bed made. Just enough for tonight. I'll have to redo it tomorrow. I've got my present. I'm always looking at it. It's just like kind of propped up so I can see the happy birthday on it. Can't wait to open that in about a week. Got all my camera gear, my coat, my light, my hat, axe. This place already feels way more home-like than the last camp, just because like I have a big shelter where I can be and have all my stuff in and hang out at. I don't have to keep running back from one spot to the other kind of thing. Although I did like that too, but this just feels more home-like. Is it homey or homely? I was saying homely, meaning that, and people said that that's not what that means. And I've also heard homely like, oh, that baby looks homely. You know, that's a homely looking baby. I said one snuggly baby. One snuggly baby. Sure is one snuggly baby. Okay, this is perfect. I pulled it off just in time. There's still a little bit of water in the bottom of this. I'm gonna throw my fish in now and put it back in. That way it'll all heat up together. I'm gonna break up that fish. Not too much. I don't want it to be mushy, but look at that, guys. Look at that. That's a meal right there. Oh, I gotta be careful about them Y bones, but that's okay. All right, that's going back on. All right, she done. I'm gonna treat myself. Put a little keg spice in this piece. Flavor Town. This has been a good day. It's been a very good day. Let's not choke on Y bones and call it a great day. Here we go. Cheers, guys. Woo! That's okay. That's okay. Stoked on that. Oh man, this is good. This is so good. This is gonna be filling. I'm very happy. I was worried, guys. I was worried there for a bit on the fishing. So if I remember correctly, it's supposed to be windy like this for 2 or 3 days. So that means I get up early tomorrow, super early, go paddle around and fish and try and get probably 1 or 2 fish if I can. If I can grab 2, that'd be great. If not, I'll just grab the one. One worked out fine for me today. I haven't been overly hungry at all. That lunch held me over. And then this is like the icing on the cake for sure. But I'd have to get fish. And I have to get resources. I want to get firewood. I know there's a lot of firewood around the shore and stuff. I want to paddle the circumference of my island just to get a feel for it. So I do want to, and I like to paddle. I want to be in the water. So get up early in the morning and do that.
I'm gonna enjoy my supper. I'll get back with you guys. This is so good. I can't even, I know I told you I'd get back to you after I'm done. This is really, really, really good. This is what I want to have on my birthday dinner. I need to make that happen. This is so good.
Well, supper was really, really good. It's sitting well. It filled me up like the best so far. So that's great. I'm content. I'm feeling pretty good. Getting chilly. I was gonna go paddle around. It seemed to calm down for a little bit, but it's back now. Windy. 7:30. So maybe that's not gonna happen tonight. But I gotta go down to the water, clean out my stuff, and boil up some water for drinking. I'll probably make a spruce tea or something like that. I haven't seen any Labrador tea on this island. Yeah, it's windy. I think my tuft. So I messed up and didn't bring a ton of memory cards, and my 64 gig memory card that I brought that usually lasts like days must have been half full or 3/4 of the way full, because it ran out the first day. And I just filled up my second memory card, which was my 32 gig. I have this 16, and then I have whatever is in Harlan's 2 cameras. I'll take out and I'll use in this, and then I have my Nikon with the SD card in it. So I think I'll be okay. And I have my GoPros and stuff, but I messed up by not formatting the 64 gig, and probably I should have had 2 or 3 64 gigs on top of everything else. But that's okay. I think everything will be fine. I hope. It ended up coming down quite a bit from what it was. So I got out on the boat, paddled around a little bit, enjoyed a nice sunset. Just catching the tail end of it right now. A little bit of pink left in the sky. There's a little bit more color. It's beauty out now, guys. Absolutely awesome. I could stay out here till it gets completely dark. I think I will. That's what I'm doing. Day 3 was really good. That's my island. It's like 10 times bigger than my last one. Like that part there, that little almost disconnected part, is probably the size of my last one, or maybe even half of that. It's all connected. It's quite big. Oh, what a sight for sore eyes. Alright, so this kind of sucks. I'm just sitting here thinking, what if they put any kind of food in that present for me? And I just had to look real quick. Like, I didn't want to like look at anything in particular, but I look in. The first thing I see is a chocolate bar and all this now. This is like stuff to make s'mores, and then hot chocolate. That's really nice of them, but I can't have this in here. You know, I mean, my food's way over there, away from my shelter. So I didn't look at like the important things. I guess they wrote me something, and there's pictures. I looked away real quick so I didn't see. But I can't have this here, sleeping with this. That's just asking for trouble. So thank you, honeys. I appreciate it, but this is dangerous. This is night 3. So I'm gonna go put this with my food. I'm very happy to have it. I had no idea it was here. Yeah, that's really cool. And it would have been even cooler on the last night, but I guess I wouldn't have eaten it all on the last night anyway. That would have been too much. I would have gotten sick. I got my food all the way down here by the water in my ursack. You can see it back in there. There you go. So I got it tied on the inside of a few trees. That way it makes it super difficult if anything tries to get at it. And they can't get inside it anyways, or can't take it away. But it seems to be a really good way to do it. You know I had to do it. I couldn't just put it away. Once I saw it, I knew I was doing it. El Smoro. You gotta roast the marshmallow just so it's lightly crusted, lightly brown, crispy and roasted is what I was trying to say. You got the chocolate up here melting away. Yeah, buddy. I melted the chocolate and everything. Oh my. So much sugar. Wow. You know these graham crackers are already crushed in there, eh? As soon as I put them in that bag. Man, that's good. Thank you, family. I should have known better. I should have told them make sure there's no food in it. That's good. Very good. That's pretty cool. I'm just laying here. Whole shelter's lit up, listening to loons. Very cool, very serene. Good morning. I'm up with the sun. The wind's already kicking up. The water's moving pretty good. I'm gonna get up and have some breakfast and then get out and try and fish. This was the worst sleep I had, and I still had a pretty good sleep. I have to adjust my bed. I was on a slant and I didn't put enough boughs and stuff, but that's okay. I'll make a proper bed and stuff. Time for some oats. Time for some oats in my belly.